Well, hello and welcome to another Chris McPherson Show live Watchalong. Getting set for Dominican Republic versus United States. As tip-off is only a few minutes away. Looking forward to seeing how this one shapes up. So let's take a look now as we get set for this World Cup qualifying clash in the FIBA basketball action at how the home side, the United States, lines up. And their starting lineup will be number 5, Mike James. 6 is Gabe York. 8, Torrey Craig. 12, Terry Taylor, and 14, Jay Huff. The remainder of the squad will be 4, Isaiah Brockington, 7, Jacob Gilliard, 9, Pedro Bradshaw, 10, Dewan Hernandez, 11, Matthew Ryan, 13, Jared Uthoff, and 15, Orlando Robinson II. They're coached by Stephen Silas. And now for the home side, the Dominican Republic. Their starting side will be Angel Nunez in 1, Jean Montero in 3, Andres Felice in 10, Angel Delgado in 12, and Chris Duarte in 27. The bench then, 4, Gelvis Solano, 21, Reggie Luis, 22, Joel Soriano, 23, Justin Minaya, 24, Hazel Perez, 35, Juan Guerrero, and 42, Luis Santos. They're coached by Nestor Garcia. We're hoping that FIBA's live stream is going to kick back in any second now because there's a little bit of an issue with that. But we'll see how it comes along. Because so far, it's just being a little laggy. So hopefully not too far away. Not quite set for tip-off as yet. Shouldn't be too far away. So the feed has just dropped out from the Dominican Republic. So the joys of trying to stream from overseas locations, I guess. Let's try and work a few pieces of magic and see if we can get it back up and running. Does appear to be a little bit of a challenge. We'll keep you as up to date as we can. Great to have you tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel and get involved in the comments. I'm sure FIBA will have this back up and running in no time through DAZN. Wait and see how that conjures. But really looking forward to this. There's a few familiar faces for us Aussies. Isaiah Brockington, obviously formerly with the New Zealand Breakers. Didn't last the season out there, but Terry Taylor at the Brisbane Bullets. Torrey Craig, who won a championship this year in the Australian NBL with the Sydney Kings. You've got some guys that are in NBA systems like Jay Huff. And then you've got some absolute ballers from the Euro League on the Dominican Republic side. And we look at guys like Jean Montero, Andres Felice, even Joel Soriano, these sorts of guys. So, yeah, Chris Duarte as well. Really looking forward to seeing how that all shapes for them. A little frustrating. Apologies that a live stream not up and running. But hopefully they'll have it not too far away. It was working during the national anthems before, and now it's just cut out. So we'll see how we go. Moments away to tip off. A little challenging when this happens. Good to see you getting in early in the comments, Jake. Make it work one way or the other. Get the scoreboard up and running and be ready to go. Make sure to hit like on the video. Jump into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Game's underway now. Still a little bit of an issue with the stream. No score yet after 20 seconds. Just waiting for, again, this DAZN stream to come back online. Still no score, a minute gone. I thought, there we go. We're back up and running now. Almost a minute gone. Torrey Craig with trying to get a shot away. Again, no bucket here for Dominican Republic. 2 shots up, third shot up, still swatted away. Now the USA take it down, turned over though. Kicked out here. Sent wide. Duarte sets for 3, and he hits it. There you go. There's the opening shot. Chris Duarte for the Dominican Republic. Gets the opening bucket. And they're off to a flyer, Dominican Republic. Now, Jay Huff gets the ball. Hands off to Mike James. Back in. Huff trying to get it to go up. Doesn't get there. Another stop. In underneath. And this time, it is Delgado getting the bucket. Just a 2. So 5-0. Dominican Republic are up. USA now. Through Huff. Hands it off. York. Back to Huff. James. Torrey Craig sitting wide on the right wing. James dribbles into the lane. Just kicks it in. Huff floats it in. Banks it off the backboard. There's the first score for the US. So now working it down is Hernandez. Gets the ball back across now. Delgado. USA driving into the lane with James. Misdirected pass. Goes out of bounds. Not a great start for the US. And just looking at how it all shapes. US, of course, do sit second in this pool. But a loss here could see them even potentially drop down behind Mexico, although they do have another game against Nicaragua. Or Mexico. Sorry, Dominican Republic have another game against Nicaragua. Mexico and the US will play off in the final game of this round. As the Dominican Republic go in, and another bucket this time to Andres Feliz. To have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, get involved in the comments as well. So Felice at the line for an end one opportunity here. 2 minutes 40 gone in the first quarter. World Cup qualifiers. Of course, like so many things in world sport, this will be held in Qatar, the World Cup in 2027. Mike James drives it down court. One of the EuroLeague stars out here on display today. Kicks it wide. Gabe York looks for the 3. Manages to hit. There we go. USA back into the contest. 8-5. 3-point ball game. 3 minutes and 5 seconds gone. Felice driving into the lane, trying to get it up and draws the foul. Will it be a shooting foul? Yes, it will. Foul will be called on Gabe York. Torrey Craig having an animated chat with his teammates there. As Angel Delgado is dragged aside by Nestor Garcia, the Dominican Republic coach, for a chat. So first free throw of this attempt from Feliz is good. Makes it 9-5. And again, hits it twice. 10-5. He's 3 from 3 from the free throw line already, Feliz. It's kicked wide, fed in now, Torrey Craig. He'll go up and drop it down. Get 2 for the US. Dominican Republic get 2 quickly back, and they've just had an update that one of the earlier US baskets was cut back from a 3 to a 2. Torrey Craig in the paint again, floating up, getting another 2. Gets it back to a 4-point ball game. Craig looking more dangerous with more time on the ball. Montero sweeping around, just sneaks in the back door, and there comes Chris Duarte to take it home and restore the 6-point lead. 4 minutes and 6 seconds gone. And I think that'll be a USA timeout. So the USA just taking a moment to reset, figure out what's going on. There'll be another opportunity here for the USA just to try and have a look at what's happened. Dominican Republic got out of the gates really quickly in this one. US have looked decent in a couple of opportunities. Duarte and Feliz both with 5 points on the board. We come out of the timeout now. 5:54 still on the clock in this first quarter. Now, USA in possession. Mike James on for half. In for Terry Taylor. Little fumble from Taylor. And another turnover against the US. It goes the way of Delgado. He hands it off now. Montero goes wide. Nunes. 3-point shot goes up. Left short by Montero. And a foul comes across. Duarte on Gabe York. Great to have you all tuning in, guys. Make sure to hit like on the video. Jump into the comments as well. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, what country you're based in, and who you're cheering for in this one. You got some home nationality loyalty, or indeed, is it just the power of the dollar that you're having a bet? A little behind the back pass from James goes into the foot of one of the defenders. It is Andres Feliz. Three-point shot goes up for the US and it hits. That is nice basketball there from Gabe York. Gets it back to a 3-point margin. Quick attempt at a response from Angel Nunes. It goes out of play. And we will have USA ball 14-11. Now working it across. Little bounce pass from James, deflected, and it falls away to a runaway Dominican Republic team that eventually get it to Nunes, who dunks it home. Get the lead back to 5. 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining till quarter time. Mike James does it all himself. He just floats through, takes off just inside the free throw line, and rolls it up into the bucket to get it back to 3. They need to stop here, the Americans. Three-point shot comes and is drained by Duarte, his second of the match. That is definitely not what they needed. 4:10 on the clock. USA with James. Goes in for the mid-range floater. Doesn't go. No one really chasing the rebound, and away goes Feliz. Kicks it into the lane. Up goes Delgado, but it'll be a foul called on Terry Taylor. Good to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. If you're enjoying the content, hit subscribe. Covering as many of these games as we can in each of the windows where possible. Especially the teams that, like the Aussies in the US, that are of interest to larger groups of our fans, as the free throw is hit by Delgado. Extends the lead out to the biggest of the day so far, 20-13, 7-point lead. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Three-point shot goes up for the US. A little short. Torrey Craig looking for the rebound. Doesn't get it. Dominican Republic come away with it again. Don't be shy, guys. Jump into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Let's see the US get the win, or are we going for the Dominican Republic? Overcooked pass from the Dominican Republic. Fires over the baseline from Duarte. The US ball inbound at their baseline. Terry Taylor checks out. Pedro Bradshaw checking in. Mike James brings it down court. Kicks it back. Three-point shot goes up from half. Just a little offline. Oh, almost popped back into the hoop by Montero. That's not what they were looking for, Dominica. They come away with it, though. He floats it in looking for the alley-oop and just tapped home by Joel Soriano. Number 2, and the lead is burgeoning out to 9. Mike James offsets the screen. James step back in the corner of the lane, leaves it well short. Duarte comes away and races down court quickly. Thought about the three, but mishandles. Has to hand it back to Feliz. Now Montero. Wide three, but the foul's been called. Called on Mike James. Dominican Republic's got America rattled here. I'll tell you what. Dominican Republic leave it short. Fired back by Perez. Handed off now to Solano. Turnover for the US, and down they go, down the other end of the court here. Foul given on the quick breakaway. Now America, James kicks it wide. Bradshaw driving into the lane, floats it up, doesn't get it to go again. Dominican Republic take the rebound through Soriano this time. Minute 50 remains, and Dominican Republic dominating this quarter so far. Dominican Republic get the offensive rebound here again. Soriano gets up again, misses his shot, gets another rebound up, doesn't get it again on the third miss. 1:20 on the clock. The US trying to reduce the deficit here. 3-point shot fired up, missed. And then batted out of play in the end by an urgent Chris Duarte. Matthew Ryan, the man putting up the 3-point shot from the left wing. So inbound ball on the left sideline for Mike James. It's having a look, all clear. The referee just having to check a couple of things with the score bench. So Mike James, the inbound, 1:13 on the clock. Gets it in here. Orlando Robinson, back to James. James drives to the corner of the lane, kicks back. Torrey Craig sends it wide. 3-point shot for Ryan, not on target again. And the rebound this time for Duarte. A minute remains in the first quarter. Hey, Colin, good to see you, mate. Certainly should. Dominican Republic out to a flying start. They are on top of the group for a reason. And Duarte tries to float that one in. Doesn't happen. 41 on the clock. So they have already played in this qualifying round. And it was the Dominican Republic 87-79 winners. So a win here will secure the Dominican Republic going through in top spot. So they'll likely match up. The teams they'll probably match up with will be Brazil, Colombia, and then I would say more than likely Venezuela will be the other side that they'll cross over with in the next round. So it's certainly going to be interesting. You want to carry through as many wins as you can so that you finish top 3, but you would think both these sides, probably with Brazil, would be the favoured sides to do so, as Mike James makes a free throw here after being fouled. So 22-14, 31.7 seconds on the clock. Hey, Gates, depends where you're watching from. I watched this on courtside 1891. You going for the Dominican Republic? Yep, no, that's fair. I think there'll be a lot of people that will just be anti-US because of how dominant they are. It's a bit of tall poppy. James doesn't get the second one. Craig hustling to try and get the ball back in on the missed rebound. But it goes out of play, so 22-15 it remains. Yeah, so Gate, the best bet for watching it is subscribing to the courtside 1891 through DAZN and FIBA's website. Nice little bounce pass inside, mid-range jumper, doesn't quite bobble home. Orlando Robinson out-muscled there on the rebound. 7 seconds remaining to quarter time. Dominican Republic put a real heavy blow here. They carve into the lane and work their way up. There's a foul found there with 0.2 of a second on the clock as Yacel Perez barged his way through the lane, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 more. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as well if you love your basketball. Plenty of basketball coming thick and fast on the channel for you. Before you know it, we'll be back into the NBL and EuroLeague seasons. First free throws drained by Perez. 8-point margin. And he'll hit this one to make it 9. And there'll be 0.2 of a second, so USA won't even have time to get a shot away. Ball goes out of play. So let's have a look. So far for the Dominican Republic, we've seen action for 9 of their players. Just Reggie Luis Juan Herrero and Luis Santos not into action. Leading the scoring for them at the moment is Chris Duarte with 8 points. Also picked up 2 rebounds. Leading rebound getter is Angel Delgado with 4 rebounds. He's got 3 points and 2 assists as well. Andres Feliz, 5 points, is the next best in terms of scoring. He's got 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And Jean Montero leads with the assist with 3. Dominican Republic just creating a lot more chances. They are 8 from 21 versus 6 from 15 for the US from the field. Speaking of the US, they have seen action for 8 of their squad as well. No action as yet for Isaiah Brockington, Jacob Gilliard, Dewan Hernandez, Jared Udhoff. They're the 4 not to see any action. Leading the scoring for the US at the moment on 5 points is Gabe York. He also got 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Next best, Mike James, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. He's equal leader in both those categories. Mike James also with 3 turnovers. So Terry Taylor next on 4 points as well, 1 rebound to his tally. So there you go. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in the comments. Let us know who you're going for, where you're watching from. Cracking first quarter. And we're in the quarter time break now. Plenty more live streams coming to you later today as well. Won't be as much basketball. There's some rugby league and rugby union coming your way. I'm looking forward to getting into that. As I say, don't be sure to jump into the conversation. It makes it much more entertaining and engaging. If we're all having a chat as we go. Wonderful to have you all tuning in. Second quarter ready to get underway. Here we are set now. For the USA, Gilliard will check in. Bradshaw, Ryan, Uthoff, and Robinson. A little bit of a different look 5. The Dominican Republic, Montero, Feliz, Soriano, Minaya, and Perez will be the 5 to start this quarter. So 24-15 as we get underway here to start the second quarter. Straight away ball with Montero. Hey, Dave, yeah, they're a bit sluggish, but, I mean, you're not seeing a USA side with their NBA talent as a 3-pointer goes up and is drained there. What about that shot for Lees to get things started? 27-15, 12-point deficit. 30 seconds gone in the second quarter. Quick ball movement, pushed into the lane here. Nice finish there. Robinson gets 2 back, 27-17. You remember these are European, Australian, and G League based stars predominantly for the US. So still a handy lineup though, with Feliz getting the ball back inside now. They can't get it on 2, but they do draw a foul. Soriano's fouled there in the paint. The big man who plays for Zaragoza in Spain is absolutely a handful for the Americans. They don't have anyone to match him for size just at the moment. In the end, Matthew Ryan gives the foul. Will be a shooting foul, so Soriano will go to the line. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as well. As I've said a few times, get involved in those comments. We love to have chats in there. You can talk to us pretty much anything sport. A few technical issues with the score bench at the moment. They're just working that out. As they do, the two teams will just go into their separate little huddles. Let us know where you're tuning in from. What time it is where you're watching as well. I think we're all sorted now. 56 seconds gone in this second quarter. Still working through the technical difficulties. Players just at a standstill. Technology always wonderful when it works, not so much at the moment. Now we've got a serious looking character in a suit coming and dressing down the score bench, so I'm assuming he's Mr. FIBA today. I was saying it all. Now we're fixed. Now we're good. Away. 27-17 the score remains, and Matthew Ryan and Joel Soriano just having a little bit of a chat. Two guys would be familiar with each other from the Euro League. Ryan plays his basketball with Dubai Basket. Soriano hits the first of his free throws. And the second as well. 29-17, and they're away. US back in possession. 12-point deficit. Work to come. On the ball now is Gilliard running the point. Gives it off to Ryan. Back to Gilliard. Dishes out now to Robinson. Robinson, a little fumble, but manages to hang on to possession. Kicks it wide. Falls to Uthoff. Gets it back to Robinson. Less than 5 seconds on the clock. And up and underneath. But a foul drawn by Pedro Bradshaw. That'll be a shooting foul. He'll go to the line as well. 8:41 on the clock. Justin Minaya. Just a little too aggressive in his basketball there. Minaya plays his basketball in the G League for Osceola Magic. Hits both his free throws now. Does Bradshaw, also a G League player with Salt Lake City Stars. Dominican Republic can't get there. The rebound taken, and away come the US with Uthoff now kicking it across to Gilliard, and in underneath. Pedro Bradshaw gets 2 more. Gets it back to a 7-point margin, 29-22, and the Dominican Republic will call a timeout. So, just carving away a little bit here, the US. Got it down to a 7-point margin, but still work to do. As we said, it was the Dominican Republic who got the job done last time these two sides clashed. Earlier in this competition. US has been far more dominant in some of their other clashes, but I say back in February when they took on the Dominican Republic, it was Hazel Perez who led the way with 20 points and 10 rebounds. And they clashed in Oceanside, California, the home court of San Diego Clippers in the G League. The US was never quite able to claw back. A racing away start by the Dominican Republic in that one. Dominican Republic led at 3/4 time, 70-53, and despite a strong third final turn by the US, they couldn't get the margin back down, and it was an 8-point win for the Dominican Republic. So the Dominican Republic, though, the chink in their arm was that they'd lost in December to Mexico, which made it a little tight. But thanks to the head-to-head record, essentially whoever wins this game should finish on top of the group. Which, while it doesn't change their progress, it does change the order of their matchups a little. Three-point shot fired up there, beautifully hit by Perez, the man we're just talking about. Gets it back to a 10-point margin. $32-22, 2:20 gone in this quarter. Great to have you all tuning in. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. If you've got some wagers or bets on the game as well, let us know what they are, and we'll try and cheer along for them where we can. 2 points back for the Dominican Republic after they get a quick stop, and all of a sudden it's 12 points the margin. Love to have you tuning in those comments. Nice little floating shot. Rebounded, taken after he missed there for Gilliard. They can't get the second one. Third time's the charm for Orlando Robinson, the big man, getting it done. 34-24. 3 minutes gone in this second quarter. Now, Jean Montero pulls up at the corner of the lane and just hits an easy two. Open as you like. The US just using his own defense and holding off. 36-24. Gilliard now working it towards the top of the lane, looking for options. Kicks around. Robinson gets it on the left edge of the lane, looks for a spin move to go over the top. Pops it up, and big Orlando Robinson goes back-to-back buckets for his team. 3.5 gone in the second quarter. Now, Montero feeds it in. Guerrero has the ball knocked out of his hands, but rolls off his hand last. So it will be USA ball inbound at the baseline. A good stop for the Americans. They need a couple of those as some changes come now. Mike James checks in. Pedro Bradshaw is one of the ones to check out. Also checking in is Terry Taylor. Robinson still there. Torrey Craig on the ball now. Craig pushes it to James. James sweeping around. Pops it over the top to Robinson. And we've got a foul here. Looks like against Jean Montero. So Mike James on the ball, kicks it wide. Terry Taylor's out on that right wing. Feeds it in, a hot ball for Robinson. And Robinson, I thought he'd lost it, but the foul is called. A second foul against the Dominican Republic this quarter. Third foul, sorry, against them this quarter. It's called against Angel Delgado. Robinson gets the ball inbound from James. Pulls up for a deep two. Doesn't hit. Rebound taken. Really rushed that, you felt. Plenty of time there. Speaking of rushing it, Perez rushing it. Ball taken out of bounds there. It was a big effort from Jared Udhoff, but couldn't quite leap and keep his feet in the air and bat it in. To Anders Feliz with a little bit of magic there. And Hazel Perez. So now it will be Montero to inbound. So pulls up for three. Montero on the return pass from the deep on the right wing, and he hits it. And lead by 13. Biggest lead of the day. They're starting to stretch it here midway through this second quarter. Straight back at them, though. Jay Huff gets the dunk, drives through the middle and takes it down for two. Now Feliz, Andres Feliz is driving into the lane. A little bounce pass, floated up over the top. Delgado hits another two. Keeps the margin at 13. Now Mike James carves his way into the lane. Can he pull it up and draw the foul? No, he can't. He's frustrated there. Thought there was one forgiving. Didn't get it. Delgado tried to cook a pass. It was a little too hot, and it was stolen away by Uthoff. Now they go back down the other end. Terry Taylor drives his way in. Finger rolls it in off the glass. Gets it back to an 11-point margin. 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining till half-time. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, guys. and jump into those comments. Get involved in the conversation. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, what country you're watching from. The three-point shot falls short. And then an unfortunate bounce for Mike James comes off his forehead and out of play. So it will be Dominican Republic ball inbound at the baseline. As Gabe York checks back in. Jared Udhoff. Udhoff plays his basketball in Italy with Pallacanestro Trieste. For York, he's playing in the Chinese Super League with Zhejiang Shazhou. Collision there, and Torrey Craig lost his footing. Open three-pointer missed by Dominican Republic. Now Mike James heading back down court. Little crossover move, gets around to the outside of the lane. Looks to kick wide, but no one's there. Turned over ball. It's getting a bit sloppy from both teams. Three-point shot for Feliz. Doesn't get it, but the rebound uncontested and taken easily. But again, no score. Now a three-point shot. Gabe York, he doesn't hit either. And we've got a foul here. Bodies into bodies. Collisions and not many hit buckets at the moment. Let's see where the foul came here. Arm over the shoulder there against, looks like Jay Huff on Juan Guerrero. The big man from the Indiana Pacers. Ball moved in, handed off to the outside now. Duarte kicks back. Floated over the top. Nice little ball into traffic for Delgado. Doesn't quite drop for him though, and away comes Mike James with the rebound. Three-point shot comes from wide for Craig. Doesn't hit either. It feels like a long time between beverages in terms of scoring. The Dominican Republic break the drought here. Yes, they can. Anders Feliz cuts in under, finger roll from underneath and just flicks it up over, banks it in off the backboard for two. 43-30. Mike James for Jay Huff. Huff with a little spin move. Hands it off to Torrey Craig. Open look in the lane. Hits two. 43-32. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remain till half time. Involved in that chat, guys. Let us know where you're watching from as Angel Nunes comes flying down the right side of the lane and just dunks it home for two more. 45-32. Under 2.5 remaining. Very quiet conversation today, guys. Get involved. Let us know where you're watching from. What basketball leagues do you normally watch in the regular seasons? Any fans of the Euro League, or are we all NBA basketball fans? What else are we watching? What other sport have you been watching lately? There's so much on. As Feliz pulls up for three, leaves it a little short. Gabe York takes the rebound and hands it off to Torrey Craig, who kicks it wide to Mike James. James over the top for Huff, and Huff just gets up and gets down and over for two more. And that might be a Dominican Republic timeout, I think. As they'll ask for a quick reset here. So, the USA still double-digit deficit here. Work to be done. Oh, I tell you what, we got into a real arm wrestle there for a moment. It's quite a while between points. We went a minute and 40 seconds without any score there through the mid part of this quarter. Do we think the USA comes back from here, team? How do we think it's going to shape? Let me know. The Dominican Republic have been strong so far. The USA have created chances. Updating the other games going on in the Americas qualifiers at the moment. Canada leading Puerto Rico in the fourth quarter, 92-73. And Colombia trailing Chile 24-32 just before half time. So when we have a look at those, Canada already secured on top of their pool, so that'll take them to 5-0 ahead of closing out their campaign against Jamaica. They'll be locked in on top of that pool. It means Puerto Rico will be waiting to see some of these other results, and it may come down to that last game between the Puerto Rico and the Bahamas for who gets through. And that Colombia game, well, that's a little nervy for them because they're sitting in second at the moment, but need to make sure they get the win because otherwise Venezuela may run them down, as may Chile. Chile yet to taste a win in that competition so far. Went down by 4 to Venezuela. Last time they played Colombia, it was an 8-point loss. So we'll see how that shapes. But we come out of the timeout now. It will be Dominican Republic ball. 1:48 remains till half time. So Dominican Republic through Jean Montero. Hands the ball off now. Working the ball around. Duarte back to Montero. Montero outside the three-point arc. Looking for a pass. Kicks it wide to the right for Nunez. Looking for a three. Doesn't go. Torrey Craig takes the rebound. Hands it off to Mike James. Mike James brings it over half court. 1:20. 15 on the shot clock. Torrey Craig on the ball. Back to Robinson. Robinson to Mike James. Mike James, little step shuffle. We've got a foul coming through. I think it's going to be called on Angel Delgado. A bit of contact on Orlando Robinson trying to make a run. 1:11 on the clock, and now we've got smoke coming into the arena. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Someone set off a flare. Well, they continue on despite the smoke. 1:11. They look for the alley-oop. Pass inbound for Terry Taylor. Taylor's fouled in his shooting. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws here. The smoke is billowing in. Foul called on Joel Soriano. So Terry Taylor, the man who plies his trade at the moment in the NBL with the Brisbane Bulls, the Australian National Basketball League, hits his first free throw. Gets us back to a 10-point margin, 1:07 on the clock. And Taylor hits his second as well. Dominican Republic work the ball. Down. Terry Taylor gives a foul, and now Juan Guerrero will be at the line. So Guerrero with 2 free throws, hits the first. Second free throw misses. Craig with the rebound. Well, they're trying to work it down. Less than 40 seconds remaining. And Orlando Robinson gets the long pass, and he dunks it home. Yeah, the US back within 8. So, 33 seconds. The assist came from Mike James. Andres Feliz pushing it down the other end. Shaves the defensive rebound. Torrey Craig takes it after the driving layup was missed, and now got a coach's challenge coming in. So coach's challenge will be interesting to see how this plays out. Dominican Republic challenging the call. A little bit of cut in and out with our feed at the moment, so I do apologise for that. It's trying to resolve it. As always, great to have you tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel and get involved in the comments as well. So go through this coach's challenge, just reviewing everything. As we said, those couple of other games going on at the moment. Canada and Puerto Rico in play. Canada leading 99-80 with 3.5 minutes remaining there. Chile and Colombia. Their game a little earlier start than the US one. Into the third quarter, and Chile lead 45-39, 2 minutes to go. So the challenge is successful. Torrey Craig's taken the ball out of bounds, so it will be with 13 seconds on the clock, Dominican Republic ball. Juan Guerrero gets the quick ball, tries for layup. Oh, there's just a glitch back. Now we're going back for the inbound pass, so 16 seconds on the clock. It'd be Dominican Republic ball. Great to have you tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as well. It's a home of plenty of basketball content here coming for you. So Dominican Republic ball inbound. Missed shot there from Guerrero. Torrey Craig gets the rebound. 9 seconds on the clock. Smoke still just working its way through the arena. James deep near halfway. Trying to go for a three-point shot here. Spins out off the rim. And it drops. Torrey Craig gets 2 on the rebound. And that makes it just a 6-point margin at halftime. Well. They've done enough to try and close it down a little. They won that quarter by 3, the US, just carving it back from a 9-point quarter time lead to a 6-point halftime lead. Did get out as far as 13 at one point. So let's take a quick look through the stat leaders. Start the Dominican Republic, and leading all comers with only man in double digits is Andres Feliz. He's got 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Next best for the Dominican Republic is Chris Duarte with 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Juan Montero, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. Joel Soriano leading the rebound count with 5 rebounds. He's also got 4 points. If we have a look at the USA now. Leading the way for them, 8 points, Terry Taylor. He's got 1 rebound, no assist. Then move back to Orlando Robinson, also on 8 points and 1 rebound. 6 points for James Huff, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 5 points, Pedro Bradshaw. Also 5 points, Gabe York, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Then Mike James, the man leading the other categories. He's got 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. So that is the numbers for the USA. We're going to take a short break here, guys. Jump into those comments. Let us know who you think takes it out. How's it going to play out in the second half? We'd love your thoughts. Don't be shy. Jump into those comments. Get around it all. And we'll see you in about 10 minutes or so for the second half here between the Dominican Republic and the USA. All set for a big clash to go from here. Of course, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Hello and welcome back. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure if you haven't already, hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. And ready to rock and roll for the third quarter here. Will be the USA with the ball as they try and carve away this 6-point deficit at halftime. Make sure to get involved in those comments. Kick off that second half. Let us know where you're watching from around the world. Great to see you getting in there and engaging. Appreciate all the reacts and the love given so far and those that have gotten involved in the comments. And here we go, getting ready for this third quarter. Dominican Republic so far have bragging rights. Hey, Valone, good to see you again, my friend. Back again. And on the USA. Well, here we go, ready to get underway. So for the US, we've got Mike James, Gabe York, Torrey Craig, Terry Taylor, Jay Huff out there. Dominican Republic, Angel Nunez, Juan Montero, Andre Feliz, Angel Delgado, and Chris Duarte. Good morning, mate. Good to have you tuning in. Looking forward to this one. The second half. USA made a late surge in that first half to get back into the contest. And Torrey Craig gets us rolling, gives it into Mike James. Short ball now comes the way of Terry Taylor for Craig. Back to James, sweeping around to the left, carves down the edge of the lane, floats it up, leaves it short, rebound taken, and away raises the Dominican Republic through Feliz. He hands it off to Duarte. He started the scoring in the first half. Can he do the same in the second? Yes, he can, this time with a 2, not a 3. 48-40. USA now bring it down through Mike James. James, little bounce pass inside for Huff. Oh, he leaves it well behind. Overcooked that. Feliz comes the other way. He'll pull up for a 3. Doesn't hit it. Huff gets a fingertip on it. Brings it down for Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor works it now for Mike James. Torrey Craig holding the left wing. Gabe York the right. York sweeps in. Kicks it across. Huff fakes for 3. James thought about 3, then just floats in from the line. Can't get there, but Terry Taylor takes the rebound and pops it home, 48-42. 1 minute and 10 gone in the third. They get a stop here. Huff with a little bit of a tap away from the hoop. Now Terry Taylor pops it over. Torrey Craig, the two men who both play in the Australian NBL at the moment, as Huff is fouled. Foul goes against Delgado. That'll be Delgado's third. Inbound on the right sideline for Mike James. USA with the ball. James just pops it over the top to Torrey Craig. Manages to retrieve it just inside half court. James popping it now for Huff. Huff out muscling, works his way underneath, and he'll draw a foul. That'll be a shooting foul, I think. So that should be 2 free throws. I want to be against Jean Montero. And Jay Huff will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. 1 minute 37 gone in this second half. Wonderful to have you all tuning in, guys. Jump into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're cheering for. Mike James just gets some instructions from the coaching staff, and no mistake with Jay Huff for the first free throw. He hits that one and hits the second. 48-44, 4-point ball game. Now Feliz working it down to half court. Hands it off now to Nunez. Nunez to Duarte. Pressure coming from Torrey Craig. Now they work it around. Defensive press from the US. Craig coming in as a shutdown man on Duarte. 3 seconds to get a shot away. Duarte just fired one out the back of his hand. Turned over and away comes Huff. Gives it on to York. York goes to ground. Gets a bounce pass somehow through nowhere to James, who hands it off to Terry Taylor with a cut pass, and Taylor dunks it home to bring it to a 2-point ball game. The US are right back in this contest. Terry Taylor's up and about, and the Dominican Republic will call a time out. 48-46 in this third quarter. Just over 2 minutes gone. The United States fighting right back. What a contest we have on our hands. This one's going to go deep down to the wire, you'd have to feel. Who comes out on top? Let us know in the comments. Jump in there. That's it. Use the reacts as well. Dominican Republic need to figure something out here. Good to have you all tuning into this one. 2-point ball game. 7:48 on the clock in the third quarter. Still a long way to go. Let's know how you're spending your Friday night or Saturday morning, depending what part of the world you're in. $48-46 this one. Will it come right down to the wire? We saw one last night, New Zealand and Philippines. Went to double overtime in the World Cup qualifiers. Dominican Republic bring the ball in. Felice on the ball. Hands it off now. Nunez. Works it wide. Montero. Duarte trying to get the break on Torrey Craig. Pressing hard here. Couldn't get it up and over. Well, he did get it up and over to Soriano, but he couldn't control it. And Jay Huff takes it away, hands it to Mike James. USA get the stop. Now Terry Taylor going to work. Driving into the lane. Floats it up and over and gets the 2. Will he get the and 1 as well? I think he does, and it'll be a chance. USA now level. They can take the lead for the first time in this clash. Almost 3 minutes gone. Terry Taylor just did the work there. Drew the foul from Nunez. 7:14 on the clock. With a chance to take the lead here. Terry Taylor, the free throw. Doesn't get it. And all of a sudden, the Dominican Republic will look to turn the screws and get back on top. 48 all level. Felice for Duarte. Back to Felice. Running that point. Defended by James. Duarte trying to run Torrey Craig around. Floats it up over the top and taken home on the rebound from Soriano. Good follow-up and clean-up work from the big man. 50-48. They get the lead back. Now the US, James. Drives in. Gets the shot rejected. What about that from Duarte? They go the other end. 3-point shot pulled up. Feints it. Goes again. Doesn't hit Nunez. Away comes Craig with the rebound. They kick it out. York thinks about the 3-point shot. Decides better of it. 6:20 on the clock. Still 12 on the shot clock. He pulls up a step back and drains the 3. And there it is. The first US lead of the game. It's taken nearly 24 minutes, but they have it. 51-50. The US take the lead. I have to be careful not to completely cede the momentum here, the Dominican Republic. Soriano, little spin move. Dispossessed by Mike James, racing away. Torrey Craig goes coast to coast and rolls it in off the glass, and now the US lead by 3. 5:45 on the clock. Hey, Ricky, you're back again. I do, mate. Good to see you. The man in Adelaide. couple of Aussie NBL players out here playing for the US. As Dominican Republic get one back on the rebound and make it 53-52. 5:22 remaining. How are you, Rick? Now, Mike James calling players to him, wants the screen. Huff with the screen, gets the return pass, goes in and is fouled by Soriano. He's been fouled in the one spot you don't want to get fouled. That's all I'll say. That's awesome, mate. Glad you did. It's a good win for the Boomers. Great to have everyone tuning in. If you haven't already, we'd love it if you could hit subscribe on the channel. Trying to chase down 1,600 subscribers. That's the next target for us. It was a big margin. Certainly was, Rick. It was a big margin yesterday. This one, a much tighter game. 5:04 on the clock. Jay Huff has recovered from his middle stump removal. And he will be at the free throw line for 2 free throws. Misses the first one. Still a little rattled, maybe. Can he hit the second? 5:04 on the clock. Same as most of the teams in this window. As Huff hits the second. The NBA players won't play until they get to the actual World Cup proper. That is the main thing that'll happen. So still handy enough players, but yeah, for them, a lot of them are happy to rest. Feliz on the ball now. Gives it back to Duarte. Duarte back to Feliz, pulls up for a 3. Leaves it short. Rebound taken, Mike James. Uncontested under the bucket for Huff. No. Torrey Craig wants to know he's been cleaned up. And the foul's called against him instead. Yeah, Cotton had a good debut. Limited minutes, 18 points in just over 18 minutes. Torrey Craig gets the ball back now. So it was a foul in the end given to Craig. Mike James working it around. The US looking to extend their lead that they've only gained for the first time relatively recently. James driving into the lane, floats it up underneath. That's a nice move. Monday night Australian time, they play the Philippines, Ricky. 56-52. Oh, went the wrong scoreboard there. We'll fix that up. There we go. Sorry about that. Philippines looking to get back here. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes. 3-point shot from Duarte. They've lost their rhythm here, the Dominican Republic. USA getting on top. York back for James. 3:45 remains in the third quarter. James driving into the lane, kicks it out. Torrey Craig fires a pass. It's deflected by Duarte and goes out of bounds. 3:38 on the clock. So it will be USA ball. 7 seconds on the shot clock. 3:38 on the game clock. Gabe York. Isn't that Mike James the inbound? Hey, Shadow Gaming. That was a cracking game, that New Zealand-Philippines game. Yeah, so I didn't watch all of it. I saw bits and pieces as I was getting ready to stream the Boomers game. As a 3-point shot from James falls short. Duarte does well to keep it in play. Yeah, it was a cracking game. Came right down to the wire. Philippines showed some real grit. I think the Boomers need to be careful not to underestimate them on Monday. As Robinson wins the rebound here for the USA. There it goes. James with a missed layup. It was an open layup too. Duarte. York will get done for stepping across the line there, and it'll be a foul. Only bit of second foul in the USA this quarter, so it'll just be a sideline inbound ball. 3:02 on the clock. Did you catch all of the game, Shadow Gaming? Did you catch all that New Zealand-Philippines game yesterday? Montero's got the ball for the Dominican Republic well outside the three-point arc. Drifts forward, kicks it right, gets the return ball, centre court, floats it up, and hits it open three, but we're going to come back because there was a foul in the leader. Foul called on Gabe York again. This time against foul is earned by Juan Herrera. So inbound ball now, Montero floats it over the top for Guerrero. Montero kicks it wide. Duarte carves into the lane, loses his footing there, and somehow still got the what you might call a fadeaway unintentionally. Bucket. 56-54, 2:33 on the clock. Mike James goes into the lane. Under pressure, gets it back. It's just stolen straight away from Torrey Craig, and an open layup. Takes it to the hoop and slams it home. Hazel Perez. 56-56. And the USA call a timeout with 2:25 on the clock. So the USA, they got the lead, they had the momentum, and they were running downhill, and all of a sudden, the Dominican Republic have seized it back here in a seesawing clash. Remember, the Dominican Republic led by as much as 13 in that second quarter. USA came back, got out to a 3-point lead. Now back on level pegging. USA's turnovers just starting to tally up a little here. So, all level. 12 minutes and 25 seconds of full game time remaining. If it remains level at the end of that, then we go into OT, 5 minutes each way. 5 minutes of overtime, sorry. And level again, we keep on going. A bit like that New Zealand-Philippines game that its Shadow Gaming was referring to. Good to have you all tuning in. A bit like Ricky and Shadow Gaming. Jump into those comments. Happy to chat all things basketball, any sport really. There's plenty happening across the sporting world. We've got the Soccer World Cup. Unfortunately, the Socceroos, the Australian side, bowed out to Egypt this morning in a penalty shootout. Wimbledon going on. Also not a great story for the Aussies at the moment. England will play, Egypt will play Argentina, who won 3-2 after extra time. Hats off to Cabo Verde, though, who managed to take them to extra time. But an own goal in the 111th minute was the undoing. Wonderful debut at the World Cup finals for Cabo Verde, I think it's fair to say. USA back in play here. They've got the ball with James. They hand it off to Terry Taylor. Drives the edge of the left edge of the lane. Taylor manages to keep it in bounds. And it will be USA ball. The referee says last touch was Juan Guerrero. I'll tell you what, I think he got it right. So it will be Mike James to inbound it. Floats it up over the top to Orlando Robinson. Robinson drives into the lane, little spin move, and drops it home to give them back the lead. 58-56, the US. Duarte goes the other end. Calls for an unsportsmanlike foul there from Duarte. Nestor Garcia, the coach, also asking for an unsportsmanlike. Just given as a straight foul at this point. Foul given against Matthew Ryan. Interesting, still 2 players unused in the 12 for Dominican Republic. Reggie Luis and Luis Santos. As Duarte misses his first free throw. Similarly for the US, they've got 2 unused as well. Isaiah Brockington and DeJuan Hernandez. Misses both free throws. Has been called as an unsportsmanlike in the end. So Dominican Republic get possession here. Juan Montero pulls up for 3, leaves it well short. Rebound taken by Guerrero. I think we've got another foul here. 1:45 on the clock. I think this foul called on Mike James. So again, at the line are Dominican Republic. We won Guerrero. Hits the first. Closes the gap. 1:45 to play in this third term. Guerrero at the line again for his second free throw to level things up. He does get it. 58-58. We're tied up again. US in possession with Mike James. Running point. Kick back to Robinson. He drives the lane. Gets up over the top. Can't get it to go. Guerrero takes it away. Very animated crowd here, the Dominican Republic home crowd. Can they be enough to get their team over the line? Duarte kicks it out. Montero for 3. Doesn't get it. Rebound taken. Robinson. USA take it down the other end. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining till three-quarter time. Good to have you all tuning in. Jump into those comments. James, a floating jumper, hits that for the US. They're back in the lead, 60-58. A little bit of argy-bargy here between the big man Robinson getting fired up. Interesting to see what happens here. I want to see a replay of what. So it will just be an inbound ball. Minaya will be the man to bring it in. Gives it to Montero. 1 minute remains till three-quarter time. What a game we've got on our hands here. Montero working it around. Plenty of time, still 11 on the shot clock. Duarte back for Montero. Montero gets a mismatch against Robinson. Kicks it out deep now. 4 on the shot clock. Way downtown, this one, and it's an air ball out of bounds. USA get the stop. 41 seconds on the clock now for the US. At least one possession each here. So, Gilliard's back out there. He'll run point on this play. Robinson sets the screen. Gives it off. Bounce pass inside and out of bounds. No, we've got a travel call instead. 31 seconds on the clock. It wasn't travel. It was stepping on the sideline there in the end from Matthew Ryan. Just wasn't quite aware of his surroundings. So 31 seconds now. Opportunity here. I don't want to give too much time to use the Dominican Republic. There's Feliz on the ball. 7-second differential shot clock to game clock. He fires it up over the top. Batted down. 17 seconds for the US. They'll slow things down here with Gilliard. They should have a lead heading into three-quarter time. 6 seconds remaining. Kicks it across. Orlando Robinson, the big man's going to try 3. Well off target. Half a second remaining. Shot doesn't get away on time. Anyway, three-quarter shot misses by a mile. So at three-quarter time, it is 60-58. The USA leading. 10 minutes of basketball to determine your winner. Who comes out on top? That is the big question. Let's take a quick run through the points leaders. We'll start with the visitors, the USA. Terry Taylor, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Next best, 10 points for Orlando Robinson. He's got 3 rebounds and an assist. We then go back to Jay Huff on 9 points. He's got 3 rebounds and an assist. And then on 8 points each, Mike James and Gabe York. Mike James, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. Gabe York, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. For the Dominican Republic, they've got a couple in double figures. Chris Duarte on 12 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, a steal, and 2 blocks. We then go back to Andres Feliz, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And then dropping back further, you're looking at some 7s and 6s. 7 points, Jaisel Perez and Jean Montero. Montero, 7 points, 6 assists. You're looking through a few of the others. Joel Soriano, 6 points, 8 rebounds. And they're your major getters when you're looking through the high-level numbers. But three-quarter time, 1 quarter to come. Who comes out on top? That is the big question. Teams will make their way out in a moment for the fourth. And it's going to be a 10-minute sprint to the finish. Can the USA hold on? They trailed by 9 at quarter time, 6 at halftime. And now they're back on top. So let's see what comes of it all in the fourth quarter. Almost ready for action in the fourth. Looking forward to seeing what these last 10 minutes deliver. Make sure to get involved in the comments. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video and hit subscribe on the channel. Help us to keep on growing what we're building here. Plenty more live watch-alongs throughout the coming 12 months with plenty of basketball coming your way. So now here it comes. Feliz on the ball for Dominican Republic. And they work it. Duarte drives into the lane. Step back, 2-point jumper. Doesn't get it. Rebound taken by Bradshaw. He's fighting hard for it to keep it away from Duarte. Then it's fumbled, turned over and racing the other way is Perez. Hands it off and all tied up at 60s. Feliz is the man with the bucket. 60 apiece. 38 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. A tech foul here. Not sure who it was called on. Perez. So Matt Ryan gets the USA back the lead with the free throw. So now here comes the US working it down the other end. Bradshaw on the ball, kicks it back across now for Gilliard. Gilliard working, try and isolate here. Turns it inside, gives it to Robinson. Open jumper. No, has to spin move. Under pressure, leaves it short. Rebound taken by Delgado. Trying to find something here. Felice. Gets up, gets it swatted. Robinson makes the recovery and sends it away. Craig kicks it wide. 3-point shot. Airballed by Gilliard. That was miles away. Duarte comes back with it. Minute and a half gone in this fourth term. Hey, Congo, I don't know, mate. To watch it, you would need to subscribe, I think, depending on what country you're in. Dominican Republic get the rebound back, and there's Montero with 2. Gives them back the lead for the first time in a little while. Nearly a whole quarter since they've had the lead. 62-61. 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Robinson thought about the 3-point. A little spin move. Holds onto the ball. Kicks it out. Now Uthoff drives into the lane and then sends a pass over the sideline. Way too big. The Dominican Republic get the stop again. USA's scrappy turnovers costing them massively at the moment. I'll get to inbound this down towards halfway. 2 minutes and 12 seconds gone. Top spot in the pool on the line for the time being at least. Step back jumper doesn't go for Montero. They got Craig back out there working with Gilliard. Gilliard gets it in underneath. No foul called there as Delgado takes it away from Bradshaw. Quick movement. They kick it wide. Duarte for 3. Has to pull back. Hits and misses. And foul called on Montero when he slaps the ball out of Robinson's hands. Got fouls to give. So it'll be inbound again at the baseline. James with Bradshaw. James gets around to the outside. Torrey Craig trying to set the screens. 9 on the shot clock. James into the lane. Step back jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound taken Duarte. He's everywhere at the moment. And who plays for Unicaja in Spain. Here he is again on the ball. Duarte pushes it across. Montero. Perez back for Duarte. Steps inside. Rolls it up and gives them a 3-point lead. 64-61. 3.5 minutes gone in the final term. The USA. Hey, Kenny. It's a close game. Dominican Republic getting on top. James draws the foul. He'll get 2 free throws here. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. It's going down to the wire, this one, you have to think. Still 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Just looking at a foul point of view, Delgado is in a little bit of foul trouble. He's the only one realistically with 4. Soriano's got 3, so a couple of their bigs both heavy on the fouls. Mike James, no, he's just got 1. Sorry, looking at the wrong column. The worst for the US is Gabe York with 3. As Robinson checks out, Huff comes back in. James at the free throw line. That's James, Craig, Bradshaw, Uthoff, and Huff. As James hits the first one. Gets it back to a 2-point game. And Montero, Feliz, Soriano, Perez, and Duarte for the Dominican Republic. One free throw to come here for Mike James. The American who plays in the EuroLeague for AS Monaco, the French side. He hits that, and there we go. 1-point ball game again. Dominican Republic with the ball, though. Down they come. Jean Montero. Gives it off. Duarte. It's a little bit of spacing. Does he think about pulling the trigger on a 3? No, he drops back. Now he drives forward. Yes, gets it away from a good half a metre outside the 3-point arc and extends the lead out to 4. Now on the other side, Torrey Craig answers one straight back left, 45-degree angle. 1-point ball game again. Back-to-back threes here. 5:34 on the clock. This is going down to the wire, you would have to think. Now the ball sits with Hazel Perez. Hazel Perez carves into the lane. Thinks about getting a shot up. Can't get past half. Overcooks it. Torrey Craig takes the rebound. Time ticking down. 5:10 on the clock. James gives it to Craig. Ball knocked out of Craig's hand. 10 seconds on the clock. Ball hit out of play. Who did it come off last? We might have a review here, to be fair. 5:05 on the clock. You're going to have a challenge if it goes the way that either side doesn't like. Back-to-back threes here. Duarte and then Torrey Craig, a quick response. Duarte's was absolutely nothing but net. The ball ends up with Dominican Republic after it went out of bounds there, and we cut down to the last 5 minutes of this half. Anders Feliz. Step back for Montero. Doesn't go for 3. Rebound taken, Terry Taylor, who's out there now. Hands it off for Mike James. James, Craig, Taylor, Huff, and York. James, foul called. Holding foul. That'll be a 4th against Perez. 4th team foul for the quarter, that is. So, inbound ball for the US here. 14 seconds on the shot clock. James for Huff. York from the corner of the lane. Nice little floater. Takes 2. Gives them the lead again. 4:20 on the clock. Anders Feliz drives down the left. Pulls up. Open 3. There's no one near him. They just let him shoot it. And they lead by 2, the Dominican Republic. Time ticking down here. Mike James drives into the lane. Tries to get up over the top. It's rejected. And it's called that he's gone out of bounds here, but Terry Taylor wants to review it. He says, I wasn't out of bounds. Coach, review it. Have a look. They're not going to, though. Inbound play now for the Dominican Republic. Chance to turn the screws here. 3:55 on the clock. Feliz drives around, gets the ball back, thinks about pulling up for a 3. Will do again over Huff. Huff's giving him too much space, and Feliz back to back. All of a sudden, they lead by 5. You can't be giving Andres Feliz that much space. Mike James takes it down the other end. 3:32 on the clock. James behind the back. York for 3, straight down the lane. Hits it. 2-point ball game. 73-71. 3 minutes 20 on the clock. What a game we've got on our hands. Get involved in those comments. Let us know who wins it from here, guys. Foul called here on the USA, their first team foul of the quarter. 3:07 on the clock. The Dominican Republic looking for back-to-back wins over the USA. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to get involved in the chat. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as well. That way you can stay up to date with all of our basketball live streams as they come to you, and all of our other live streams and other episodes as well. Montero carves his way into the lane, kicks it back. Anders Feliz drives back over the free throw line, just floats it up right hand, one hand shot. They lead by 4, 75-71, 2:45 on the clock. Mike James Trying to lure some defenders out. Calls the screen. Pulls up for a three straight down the lane, just like Gabe York before him. He hits it. 1 point ball game, 75-74. 2.5 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time for twists in the tail of this one. If you haven't already, make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel and get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're watching from as Feliz loses the ball. Last touch, though, off the US, so it is out of bounds. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to challenge it, the US. Coach's challenge, says Stephen Silas. And here we go. 2 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. Dominican Republic lead by 1. Not the worst challenge, but you don't want to burn your challenge on this. And they've only got 5 seconds on the shot clock. The referees will go and take a look at it. While that's happening, let's have a look at the other scores. The other games will probably have finished by this point, I would have thought. So look for them here. They've got it right. Last touch here, Anders Feliz, so it should be USA ball. So Canada got it done 110-84 over Puerto Rico. Colombia-Chile game. There must have been an interruption in that game because I'm sure it started earlier than this one, and it's 34-27. Just before half-time now. Bahamas and Jamaica. The Bahamas leading 109-67. That's a big game in terms of standings of that pool. Of course, going into this round, into this window of games, just find the pool that those sides are in. Jamaica was second with 2 wins and 2 losses, and the Bahamas had just 1 win to their name, so they'll leapfrog Jamaica. They'll head up to second in their pool, I think, now. As we've got a player down here, we've got an offensive foul. 2 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock. Added a bit of sauce to that, but an illegal screen. A little push out from Jay Huff. So Anders Feliz carves his way into the lane, takes the 2, extends the lead out to 3. Now, Mike James working the ball around. Gonna drive forward. He's got Terry Taylor wide on the left. Taylor pulls back, hits for a 3. Doesn't even find any rim, gets a little bit of net underneath. Dominican Republic can almost put them to the sword here if they can extend this lead out. 3-point lead, 1:31 on the clock. Now Feliz just floats his way in, pops it up over the top, hits 2, and they lead by 5 with 1:24 to go. And the USA will call a timeout. My, oh my. What a game this has been. It's had all the twists and turns. So, 1:24 to go. Dominican Republic lead by 5. This is a game and a half on our hands. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you haven't already. Please hit subscribe on the channel if you've enjoyed the live stream or your little view of it. That helps us to grow our platform, and the more we can grow our platform, the more of these games we can cover. So let's run through the leaders in the main categories for each of the teams. Leading the point scoring for the USA, Terry Taylor, 14. Gabe York, 13. Mike James, 13. Rebounds, Torrey Craig's got 10. He's also got 9 points, so he's online for a double-double. He is by far the runaway leader in that category for the USA. 5 each for Terry Taylor. and Mike James. 11 assists for Mike James, so he's already got a double-double. Again, runaway leader in that category for the Dominican Republic. 24 points, Andres Feliz. 17 for Chris Duarte, and then back to 9 for Jean Montero. In terms of rebounds, it's Feliz with 6. Angel Delgado with 7, as has Duarte, and 8 for Joel Soriano. Assists, 6 for Jean Montero to go with his 9 points, and 5 for Feliz. This one is going to come down to the wire. The USA need to get a bucket here, though. 79-74. Game on. So look to come out of the timeout. Minute 24 on the clock. Can the USA find a comeback here? Who is the key? Torrey Craig inbounds it to Mike James. Foul called. Hey, Marek. Well, not yet, but they're behind, that's for sure. They're going to go to the free throw line here. Aysel Perez has given away his 4th foul. First free throw is good from Mike James. Minute 15 on the clock. 4-point ball game. They're going to need to get the second free throw here. And then get a quick stop. They get it again. Gelvis Solano checks in for the US. For his second stint. Xander, you're right, though. They're going to need something here. 79-76. Aysel Perez will be the man to inbound it. Hey, Colbays. Here they come. They'll just want to manage the clock. Feliz. Goes down the other end. A little spin move. That's nice work. Feliz gets pop pass inside, and it's slammed home by Soriano to give them a 5-point lead again. The USA need a quick 3 here. James cuts in, kicks it back. Huff, little fake pass, then hits the 3. 2-point ball game. Hello. 51 seconds on the clock. It's a 2-point game. Here we go. Now Feliz is going to work it down. Foul given. They've got fouls to give the USA. And James just gives him a quick jersey tug in front of the referee. Slow it down and 2-point ball game. This is coming right down to it. Maybe we go to OT just like the Philippines and New Zealand overnight. They went to double OT. Duarte back to Feliz. 10 seconds. 5 on the shot clock now. Hits for the 3 and airballs it. York takes the ball. 25 seconds. 5-second differential shot clock to game clock here. Mike James gives it off. York wide to the corner. Torrey Craig, 3 from the corner. The US hit the lead, 82-81. Oh, my word. 10 seconds on the clock. Feliz looking for something here. Can he get the match winner? Hands it back off. The shot is blocked. What have we got here? We've got to play it down. Got 1.4 on the clock. And a foul given. The USA will get to try and ice this, will they, from the free throw line? Huff, one of the block leaders in the NBA last season, has got the stop there, and the USA are going to go to the free throw line. So it will be Terry Taylor at the free throw line to take 2 free throws with 1.4 seconds on the clock. He misses the first. My, oh my. How's the nerves on everyone? Got USA plus 3.5, Jekini. That's a pretty good spot to be. I think you should be safe here. Terry Taylor's missed both of his free throws. And they've called a timeout here, the Dominican Republic. 1.4 seconds on the clock. 82-81. Terry Taylor missed both free throws. Is that going to come back to haunt the man from the Brisbane Bullets? Yeah, well done, Jakenny. Hopefully you had plenty on it. You never have too much on a winner. 82-81. This will be heartbreaking if you're a Dominican Republic fan. They led by 13 in the second quarter. They led by 5 here. No time run off the clock on the second free throw. They'd already called timeout. Bornsyke. My, oh my. So we've got the timeout here. Dominican Republic are going to have to draw up something spectacular. 1.4 seconds on the clock. This is absolutely coming down to the wire. What about this? The USA looked dead and buried, down 5 late in this one, and then they found their way back. Absolutely huge. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video. If you enjoy your basketball, hit subscribe on the channel as well. We continue to have plenty of basketball live streams over the coming weeks and months. I'm just looking to see if they've been able to advance the inbound. Will be a sideline inbound, I know that much. But whether it's in the defensive half or the offensive half, that's what we're waiting to see. Hey, Shadow Gaming, USA will win, you think? Torrey Craig, the clutch man, getting that 3 from the wing to give him the lead. 1.4 seconds remaining. Dominican Republic really milking the full 60 seconds here on their timeout. Dominican Republic shooting has fallen away drastically in that second half. They've ended up 38% from 2-point, 28 from 3-point. USA shooting 10% better on both accounts. Tell you what, it's been a cracker of a game. We treated it to a cracker last night in the New Zealand-Philippines one. Now this one, even the Uruguay-Argentina game yesterday was good as well. Australia versus Guam game, not so good. It was a clinical 70-plus point win. So it will be in the offensive half, the inbound ball. It'll be Andres Felice to inbound it. And can he get the pass in? He does. Duarte turn, look, shoot for 3, and no. Chris Duarte, he'd been clutch for them a few times, but the US can thank Torrey Craig for the match winner. The USA manage to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat there, 82-81. They led for all of about 11 minutes of that game. They led for a good period of the third and early in the fourth. Dominican Republic got it back. They led by as much as 13 in the second quarter. They led by 5 late in the game, but it was the USA's clutch shooting that got them out of jail there, and they get it done. A big thank you to you for tuning in. Make sure, if you haven't already, please hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. USA wins 82-81. That is a good game, Shadow Gaming. You are correct. What a win it was for the US. You had USA money line. Well done, Bornsyke. Great stuff. Let's have a quick run through again those leading scorers for the Dominican Republic. 24 points for Andres Felice, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 17 points for Chris Duarte, and 7 rebounds. Well done to them. A double-double for Torrey Craig, 12 points, 10 rebounds, and an assist. Double-double for Mike James, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. 13 points for Gabe York. 14 points, Terry Taylor, 6 rebounds. 12 points, James Huff. 10 points, Orlando Robinson. And that probably talks to it. They had 6 players in double-digit scoring, the USA. So, well done to the US. They get it done. That's full-time, Randy. Torrey Craig, the Sydney Kings king. He won a championship with the Sydney Kings this year. He's back again, hopefully, for 2026-27. Can't wait to see what comes of it. Big thank you to you all for tuning in. We'll see you again soon on our next live watch-along. That is full time. USA win 82-81. you haven't already, please hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on our next live watch along.